In a groundbreaking ruling, Judge Juan has sentenced U.S. President-elect Donald Trump to an unconditional discharge in connection with the hush money case involving adult film star Stormy Daniels. This means Trump will avoid jail time, fines, and probation. The sentencing comes just days before his January 20th inauguration, closing a case that has followed him through the final stages for his bid for re-election. Speaking on the challenges of sentencing, Judge Merchant noted the task is always difficult and deserving of careful consideration, whether the sentence be unconditional discharge or incarceration of 25 years to life. He acknowledged the uniqueness of the case but reminded the court that it is the legal protections afforded to the office of the President of the United States that are extraordinary, not the occupant of the office. The charges stemmed from a 130,000 US dollars payment made by Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen to Daniels in 2016 intended to silence her about an alleged affair she said she had with Trump. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office charged Trump with 34 counts of falsifying business records to cover up the payment in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election. Despite the nature of the allegations, prosecutors argued that the cover-up had the potential to corrupt the election process. Trump, who appeared virtually from Florida for the sentencing hearing, did not address the court. He was seen on TV screens in the courtroom, flanked by American flags, wearing a red tie with white stripes, accompanied by his attorney. Although Trump did not respond when Judge Merchant greeted him, his legal team had previously made it clear that the former president had no intention of accepting guilt, maintaining his not guilty plea throughout the trial. Trump's legal team had fought vigorously to avoid the spectacle of having him appear in court during the days leading up to his presidential inauguration. However, on Thursday, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected his last-minute bid to halt the sentencing, ensuring that the proceedings would move forward as planned. While Trump was sentenced to an unconditional discharge, the judgment still places a guilty verdict on his permanent criminal record. The decision marks the culmination of the first ever criminal case brought against a sitting or former U.S. president. Trump now enters office as the first president to do so with a criminal conviction hanging over him. In March 2023, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who's a Democrat, charged Trump, who's a Republican, with the 34 counts related to the falsification of business records. The case stirred controversy, with critics suggesting that the charges were part of a broader pattern of legal issues that made Trump unfit to serve in office. In contrast, Trump has consistently argued that the charges, along with his other legal battles, were politically motivated attempts to undermine his re-election efforts. The trial itself was marked by several tense moments, including a $10,000 fine imposed on Trump for violating a gag order. The jury in Manhattan found Trump guilty of all 34 counts on the 30th of May last year, with prosecutors arguing that the cover-up was part of a larger scheme to influence the 2016 election outcome. Despite the conviction, Trump's supporters have rallied around the idea that the case is an attempt by opponents to weaponize the justice system against him. Trump's political allies have used the charges to argue that the former businessman and reality TV star remains a threat to the political establishment. In a more recent post on Truth Social, Trump called Judge Merchant a radical partisan, a sentiment that was echoed throughout the trial, with Trump continually voicing his disdain for the judiciary. Judge Merchant did not hesitate to respond, noting in his ruling that Trump's actions had shown a profound lack of respect for the justice system. Merchant said, and I quote, "Defendant has gone to great lengths to broadcast on social media and other forums his lack of respect for judges, juries, grand juries, and the justice system as a whole." As this historic case comes to a close, it raises critical questions about accountability, the intersection of politics and the law, and the long-term implications of Trump's legal battles as he prepares to resume office. Whether this case will significantly affect Trump's political future remains to be seen, but the ruling marks another chapter in the legal and political saga of the former and the current US president-elect.